Today on the Cardinal Sports Network, your Lawrence Cardinals will be taking on the Pennington Redhawks in varsity baseball. We join the game now in progress.
We are back for the bottom of the first inning from Sunny Natakis Field. Trey Wright, Lindsey Scorola, Matt Brown, and you bringing us the action here on the beautiful, now the sun is starting to poke out, April 20th. 2024. Cardinals going 1-2-3, 2 strikeouts that time from Aiden Poot to retire the side, and they will go up to bat and face Ray Heaton, who has been the #1 pitcher for this Pennington program. Taking a look at his stats through 21 2/3 innings pitched, 23 strikeouts, an ERA of 2.26. He has allowed 21 hits so far this season. So that's going to be a good thing for the Cardinals if they want to get back in the W column. Heaton, the right-handed pitcher, so it's back to facing right-handed pitchers for the Cardinals. They really struggled against the lefty and Eddie Worst Thursday.
Yeah, it was interesting, though. You noted it first, and the trend kind of just continued at the game. The only batters that were making contact against the lefty pitcher were the lefty batters, so that was very interesting. Hopefully this righty-heavy lineup can follow suit against this righty pitcher as Robert Kelly leads us off with an 0-1.
Sorry about that.
You're okay.
0-1, Robert Kelly hits a chopper right to third base, trying to throw it all the way over to Lifstead. An easy 5-3 to retire Kelly, who was batting .429 coming into today, and will bring up Deacon Moore.
Yeah, Robert.
One away.
Yeah, sorry. I was just going to say, though, Robert Kelly, despite what happened there, he's having a great senior campaign as the senior Monmouth commit. Just having a great year starting off at the plate, as well as in the field.
Robert Kelly actually leads his team in RBIs. He has 9, and Deacon Moore, Poot, and Teague Toto all tie second with 6 RBIs on the season.
Deacon Moore steps into the box for the first time today, already down the count 0-1. Here's the pitch from Heaton. Curveball just goes in the dirt. Good check swing there. Good looking eyes there from Deacon Moore. Even the count at 1-1. Kelly, Deacon Moore, and Teague Toto, your top of the lineup. Middle of the lineup, Connor Williver, Aiden Poot, and Josh Vakrosky. Bottom, Kellen Moore, Riley Rivera, and Dan Drizga. That gets lined all the way to right field, but it was on a bead to the right fielder there of Leeds, Braden Leeds. And it's 2 away in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, that was just really good positioning there by Pennington right there. That was a great cut, great swing. Had just a really good distance. Unfortunately, it was right to that right fielder. Like, the dude didn't even have to move as Teague Toto steps up to the dish.
Toto, who's batting .360 so far this season, will take one down low. Go up in the count, 1-0. Defensive positions for the Redhawks. It's Heaton on the mound, Craig behind the dish. Around the horn from first to third is Lifstead, Riley, Hallett, Rickler, and then left to right in the outfield, Bonfig, Message, and Leeds. So Message is playing today, but he's playing in the outfield, the Virginia commit, who is projected to go later in the MLB draft. That gets fouled out of play by Toto. He's down to his last strike.
Well, you said that he's primarily a pitcher, right?
Yep.
So, honestly, in my opinion, if he's got a full ride to Virginia and he's not at least a first-round or second-round pick, I honestly would just go to Virginia. Just, fine-tune your skills, because then potentially, if he's that good, he only gets better at a school like Virginia.
You don't want a Billy Bean situation, basically.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Because then also,
but then, he could go to a baseball team, and we have another Moneyball movie made, but...
That's true. But what I'm trying to say, though, is that, college baseball, especially right now, it's really hot right now. So, you're getting a good preparation right there as a cut by Teague Toto, shortstop.
Oh, and Lifstead nearly lined off the bag, but a wide throw from Hallett to Lifstead for the 6-3 to retire the side. So the Cardinals start out the bottom of the first hitless once again. We're knotted up at 0. If you've seen the movie Ferris Bueller's Day Off, the Bears are winning in that regard. Due up for the Red Hawks is our leads, Heaton and Craig, when we come back to Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC-2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
And we're back here for Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC-2. Trey Wright, Matt Brown, Lindsey Scarola bringing you the action. Still knotted up at 0 as we go to the top of the second inning. Both sides being retired. 1, 2, 3. Middle of the lineup due up for the Red Hawks. And it starts with another great shot down the gullet from Aiden Poot towards the older Leeds brother, Gavin Leeds. The senior right-handed hitter. Down on the count, 0-1 right now. And he'll take another one right down the gullet. And the DH already down 0-2.
Yeah, he didn't really like that. Shook his head off at that pitch, but you know, is what it is. He's not wearing blue. Aiden Poot, he's up 0-2.
Poot looking for his third strikeout of the day. Check swing. And that was in the zone. And he did go. Regardless, that was going to be in the zone. It was a check swing anyway, so didn't have anything going towards him, and Poot will get his third strikeout of the morning.
Yeah, absolutely. That was an interesting call initially because it was pretty clear from all of us back here that he went. I don't know how he missed that, but, you know, regardless, we got a miss, and now we got a third strikeout for Aiden Poot.
And he'll throw another one right down the middle there for the 0-1 towards the pitcher, Ray Heaton. Still trying to, we finally got a lineup here, and that's going to be a swing and strike from Heaton, and he'll go down 0-2.
0-2 for Poot yet again.
Tommy Craig in the on-deck circle. And then Joey Riley in the hole. Foul ball there, going down the third base line, and the count will remain 0-2.
Ray Heaton batting .238 on the season with only 5 hits, 2 of them being doubles.
Heaton, the right-handed pitcher and the right-handed batter, will take on Aiden Poot. 0-2 with 1 away. He'll hit one that gets to Drizga. He's got to get up. He fires towards Kellen Moore at first, and he got it. A great block from Drizga. He's able to get the ball, fire it for the 5-3, and a good play from the senior.
Incredible 5-3 from Drizga. He's had a couple of rough outings at third as of late, giving up a couple of unfortunate, hits to left or a couple of unfortunate errors. Just great extension there. Able to get that ball down, able to just send it over to Kellen Moore. You love seeing that from Drizga. Great way to start the game for him.
And it brings up the catcher, Tommy Craig. He'll take one down in the basement to go up in the count 1-0. And this is the last game of the Cardinals in the quote-unquote gauntlet over the last 4 or so games. 1-0 for Craig. He'll sky one high, shallow center field. Vakrosky, no, that's Deacon Moore who will track after it, and he'll get it. Another 1-2-3 outing for the Cards on the F8, and he'll bring up the middle of the lineup for the Cardinals. Due up Connor Williver, Aiden Poot, and Josh Vakrosky, a couple of guys who have been moved up from their previous positions. Due up for the Cardinals. We'll return to Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC-2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
And we're back here at Sunny Nataka's Field for the bottom of the second inning. Connor Williver, Aiden Poot, and Josh Vakrosky due up for the Cardinals. Still knotted up at 0 after 1.5. Trey Wright, Lindsey Scarola, and Matt Brown bringing you the action for the Cardinals' 10th game of the season. Coming in today with an 8-1 record, looking to get back in the win column. But again, like we were talking about in the pregame show, an 8-1 record, given where this program was over the last couple of years, sans last year, is still nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it shows just how far they've come within the last few years, not just the talent of kids that they got coming through this high school, but also how good the coaching is, as Connor Williver hits that right up the gullet to the shortstop, right over to first base. We got a 6-3.
It's a 6-3 to end the first, and it was a 6-3 to start the second. And he'll bring up Aiden Poot. Again, Connor Williver, I think the word is out on him that he has been a first pitch swinger. typically seen him. I think I'll have to check the stats, but I'm pretty sure he's swung at 75% of his first opening pitches, as that's going to be chopped just barely fair by Aiden Poot. It's a 6-3 and then a 5-3. Richter over to Lifstead, and it's quickly 2 away.
Yeah, he hit that really hard. That bounced really hard in the air after he just had a really good cut at it. Unfortunately, it landed right in the third baseman's glove, so it was an easy field out, an easy 5-3, unfortunately, to start the inning, as this pitcher's only 2 pitches deep in the bottom of the second. 2
pitches, 2 outs. It'll bring up Josh Vakrosky, who finds himself in the middle of the lineup for the first time this season. Heaton will get the sign from Craig, and that one will be outside. It won't be 3 pitches, 3 outs for Heaton. And Vakrosky, who has really developed a lot in the first 9 games of this season. He started out the preseason struggling a little bit, didn't find his way into the lineup until he was a DH. And that one will be down Broadway for the 1-1. But, you know, Jim Mayer mentioned in the pregame show how well he's progressed over these 9 games. And he's only a sophomore, and he is going to be a valuable asset for this team. He reminds me of a young Teak Toto back when Toto was a freshman and a sophomore. 1-1 for Vakrosky. He wanted that, but thought better of it. He'll go in the zone. It's a 1-2 with 2 away. Still tied 0-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. 2 outs, 1-2 count for the sophomore. Heaton will get the sign from Craig. Here's the pitch upstairs, 2-2.
Great, just, you know, awareness right there. He saw that it was just right up and away, and, you know, sat on it, made sure he didn't get it. Now we got a 2-2 count.
Pennington coming off a no-hit loss against Hun back on Thursday. 2-2 for Vakrosky. He'll hit one just fouled on the third base line. It's rare that you see a team get no hit and still win the game.
Yeah, that is weird.
That's also very high school baseball.
You took the words right out of my mouth. That's just classic high school prep baseball.
That's just such high school and Little League. So, yeah.
That's probably like a lot of walks that game.
Yep.
2-2, check swing, but he went.
A lot of hit batters.
Yeah.
It's the first strikeout of the day for Ray Heaton, and both teams going down 1-2-3, 1-2-3, 1-2-3, 1-2-3 after 2 innings. It's the bottom of the order for both teams. We'll start off with Pennington. Joey Riley, Ryan Richter, and Braden Bonfig due up for the Red Hawks when we return to Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC-2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Back here for the top of the third inning, and Aiden Poot is dialed in right now. He throws a strike right down the middle towards the second baseman, Joey Riley. Still knotted up at 0 apiece, as this has been a pitcher's duel so far. Strikeout that goes right towards us, or it's swinging strike that pops out of the glove of Dobkin and goes right towards the statistician's table, and it's a quick 0-2 count.
I love seeing that. You want to make sure Poot doesn't throw too many pitches. That way he's able to go as far as that he can this game, especially considering you probably want to try and preserve the bullpen after this long stretch of games you just had, as Poot gets him down on swinging.
It's already 4 Ks right now for the sophomore, and he'll bring up Ryan Richter. It's been strikeout city for the Cardinals so far after 7 batters, 4 of them retired through strikeouts. And that one was a good pitch that was just going to be outside towards Ryan Richter, the third baseman. Richter, the righty. I believe Joey Riley was also a righty. Only one left-handed hitter in this Red Hawks lineup, the leadoff hitter of Joe Lefstead. That's fouled all the way back, and it'll be a 1-1 count, or 2-1 count. Okay, not a whole lot of lefties in this lineup for Pennington. Richter, 2-1. No, foul that up in the air. Drizga calling for it, and it finally comes down, and a pop-up to the third baseman, 2 away.
All right, nice easy 2 to start the inning. Hopefully he can get one more, get out of here, unscathed. Is that, ooh. Yeah, no, that's, how many Ks do we have so far? We have
4 Ks. 4 Ks for Poot, 1 K for Heaton.
Okay.
And there's 2 away in the top of the third. Both teams being really good defensively, and that's a strike there towards Braden Bonfig. Top of the lineup due up for Pennington with Joe Lifstead, who struck out back in the top of the first. Fouled back out of play, 0-2.
Their bottom 3 is actually kind of interesting because 7, 8, and 9 batters, they're all freshmen.
Definitely don't look like freshmen. A lot of them are taller than me. Then again, I'm only 5'8", so 0-2. Oh, just barely. I thought he got him right there, just in the zone, but it's 1-2.
I think Poot also thought he got him.
Yeah, I thought it just right got in there. I guess not, though. We got a 1-2 count.
1-2, Aiden Poot. Strikeout, he got him. K number 5. And the third inning bookended by strikeouts. Already 5 punched out by Aiden Poot, and he retires the side. We'll go to the bottom of the third inning. It's a very defensive game so far. Kellen Moore, Riley Rivera, and Dan Drizga due up for the Cardinals when we return to Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC-2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
You just heard Kellen Moore say he was a pitcher, but right now he's a batter and a first baseman. He leads off for the Cardinals. Troy Wright, Lindsey Scarella, and Matt Brown bringing you the action today on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC2's game still scoreless after 2.5. Camo, Rivera, and Drizga due up for the Cardinals in the bottom of the third inning. Still no score and still no base runners for either team. It's been a defensive clash so far, and that one off the home plate for Camo when he starts up at the count 1-0. Dugout coming alive. Heaton will get the sign from Craig. Here's the kick. Here's the deal. Chopper right up the middle. It gets hit there by Hallett. Hallett all the way over to first base. Another 6-3 play, and there's 1 away.
Yeah, that was good contact. So, stuff's going to get thrown in the zone. This Lawrence Cardinals team, they just got to find a pitch and find a way to get on base, as they still, again, yet to have a base runner. That was a good strike by Kellen Moore. Maybe needs to have a little bit more patient of approach at the plate. Who's to say, though, as Riley Rivera steps into the box.
Rivera, who started this season at the top of the lineup, has fallen all the way down to 8th. He quickly takes one up in the count, 1-0. After him is Dan Drizga, so Drew Dobkin getting a DH day. 0-1 or 1-0 with 1 away, make it a 2-0 count as Rivera trying to be the first runner on the bags for the Cardinals. Heaton kicks, deals. That one down the middle. He'll get one back. 2-1 with 1 away. Still scoreless on the bottom of the third.
I don't mind the patient approach, though. Got to Juan Soto it sometimes.
Yeah. Do a little shimmy. I miss Juan Soto.
Soto shuffle it.
And that one just a little outside. 3-1.
Realistically, if you think about it, you lost Juan Soto to just gain Joey Gallo.
Yeah.
We're treating Joey Gallo better than the Yankees are.
Okay. Congrats.
Joey Gallo can hit bombs. That's fouled off by Rivera. Full count. I love me some Joey Gallo. I know the president of my fraternity in our sports group chat is actually, his nickname is Joey Gallo Fantasizer. And when Joey Gallo went to the Nationals, he asked me, yo, how much would it cost to get like a Nationals jersey with Joey Gallo on it? I got myself a Max Scherzer jersey
and you told
last month.
And you told him to wait 3 months until they cut him so that he can get out on clearance.
Third baseman lofting over to the first one, and it's another 5-3 put out as Rivera retired. So another just really great defensive battle, really great defense for this Pennington team. Pennington with a record of 4-5.
Such an awesome joke by me. That was just timed so terribly. It was timed so bad.
What?
Just my joke.
I didn't even hear the Max Scherzer joke. I was paying attention to the play. I'll bring up Dan Drizga, who's batting .250 this season. Has been in and out of the lineup. Now with a 9 slot with 2 away, he'll hit that one right up, base hit. And it only takes 2 2/3 innings, but the Cardinals finally with a base runner and a hit, and it breaks up the no-hitter for Ray Heaton.
You spoke it into existence. Cardinals have their first base runner of the day, and they have arguably the right guy at the plate to advance that runner in Robert Kelly. Hopefully something can get going as we are in the bottom of the third of this tightly contested bout.
And Drizga, I thought he was going to get called out there, but nonetheless, he'll slide back in to first base. I thought Lifstead had a little bit of a step on there, but nonetheless, Robert Kelly comes up, hit the ball into a 5-3 to start the game, and he's 0 for 1. Kelly coming in today, batting .429. Will throw in, he's going to pop one high in the air, a little too high. Message calling for it, but it's actually going to be a backhanded catch from Joey Riley to end the side. So the Cardinals do get a runner on the bags. They get a hit. They break up the no-no from Ray Heaton, but it's still a scoreless game after 3. We go to the 4th on the top of the lineup, due up for the Red Hawks. Lifstead, Leeds, and Hylett due up for Pennington. We return to Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC-2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
So it took 3 innings for us to finally get a base runner for either team, but we're quickly already in the top of the 4th inning here from Sonny Nataka's field. And that one's going to be called a strike for Joe Lifstead. No, it's going to be called a ball?
Yeah, looks like it.
Are they going to call that a strike? I don't know. Steve Kowalski going to be talking to the umpires. And they are going to call that a strike? Did they call it a check swing there from Lifstead?
Yeah, they called it that. Pennington really upset with that call.
Kowalski, the coach, as that one's going to get lifted into the alley. Toto calling for it, and he makes a good catch. His hat falls off, no problem there. It's quickly 1 away. Now that we're in the top of the 4th inning, we'll go over the defensive positions for the Cardinals. It's Aiden Poot on the stripe, Drew Dobkin behind the dish. From right to left around the horn, Kellen Moore, Riley Rivera, Robert Kelly, and Dan Drizga. And left to right in the outfield, Josh Vikrosky, Deacon Moore, and Teak Toto for the Cardinals, and they have been really good defensively so far in this contest. Bunt was being showed by Braden Leeds, but nonetheless, he'll start out with a 1-0 count.
I like the aggressive approach. You know, it's high school baseball, so anything can happen in terms of a bunt hit. So, you know, just trying to force something to get a base runner.
Well, hit one into right field. Good slice on that. Toto going back, and it's back-to-back F9s for the junior.
That was a great catch by Toto. Something, though, that I noticed.
Yeah, he, like, flicks his hat off.
Yeah.
I noticed that, too.
I was going to say, did he just do that for dramatic flair?
Well, I think it's just to get a better read on the ball, which honestly, it's not. I mean, you're at the high school level. There's no brand identity here, so I think you're able to do that. So I think that's just something he does every time he's going after the ball. I think he started doing that midway through the season last year.
It's very silly.
It's very smart.
I mean, Teak Toto, he's a really
work
good...
smarter, not harder.
Yeah, and Teak Toto's a really good defensive right fielder. Like, he could track balls really well out there.
So 1 out with 2 outs. Make it a 1-1 count towards Landon Hylett. Hallett or Haylett? They misspelled it. Hallett. They misspelled it wrong on the lineup card when I finally got it. 1-1 count, make it a 1-2 count as that one goes down Broadway with 2 away. And Aiden Poot has had a phenomenal game so far. He'll get the sign from Dobkin. 1-2. Upstairs, evens the count at 2. 2's across the board, still scoreless here in the top of the 4th inning. Hallett, who flew out to Deacon Moore, back in the top of the 1st. 0 for 1, 2-2. And that one right down the middle is Aiden Poot, strikeout number 6. Another phenomenal outing from him. F9, K6 goes the top of the 4th. That's another 3 up, 3 down for the Red Hawks. And we will return to Deacon Moore, Teak Toto, and Connor Williver due up for the Cardinals. You're listening to Lawrence Cardinals Baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC-2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTBS TV.
It's only 11:30, and we're already in the bottom of the 4th inning with Deacon Moore, Teak Toto, and Connor Williver due up for the Cardinals. Trey Wright, Matt Brown, and Lindsey Scarola bringing you the action. It's a packed house right now on a beautiful Saturday morning. You know, instead of watching your cartoons, you should 100% be tuning in to 107.7 The Bronx Retro to listen to some high school baseball. Phenomenal games going on right now. Still knotted up at 0. And Deacon Moore looking to change that. Check swing, not going to mean anything, as that's going to go strike regardless.
I feel like this is the most packed I've seen Sunny Nataka's field.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Saturday morning games, always the most packed here. Got about, I gauge about 70 or 80 people here as that one down low, even the count at 1. Deacon Moore flew out to right field in his last at-bat back in the bottom of the 1st. The lefty trying to get things going against the right-handed Heaton. Here's the kick, here's the deal, 1-1. Chopper trying to get through the gap, will go right to Riley. And an easy little off there to Lifstead for the 4-3 and 1 away already.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, too, because I do like the approach that Deacon's got in terms of how he's holding the bat. He's choked up on it a little bit because he's just trying to make anything happen. He's just trying to get any type of contact. That way he can get on base and get something going for this team. Unfortunately, nothing really going as now Teak Toto steps to the plate.
Toto, who's had a good game at right field so far today, ended the bottom of the 1st with a 6-3. He'll take one right down the middle. A good cutter there from Heaton, 0-1. Fans continue to pour in. It's a packed house today, not only at the ballpark, but just in Lawrence in general. Track meet going on today. Found it hard to park as that's going to get fouled into the backstop for the 0-2. Again, there's a really good pitcher's duel right now between Heaton and Poot. It's a crosstown rivalry between Pennington and Lawrence. That's going to get fouled as Toto will stay alive.
Oh, wow. That got some distance.
Where'd it go?
It went all the way back there behind the gray trailer.
Oh.
That's crazy.
That did get to
almost had the bus back there.
That got distance. I did not think that was going that far. That's crazy.
Here's the 0-2 for Toto. And a foul again. He stays alive, and that's exactly what you want to do, is our old friend the wind rearing its ugly head, blowing some statistics away from the stats table, but we're all right. We've got our rocks. We've got our, I got my tea. I got my phone anchoring down, my Bob Carpenter score books. So we're chilling here, and Toto on an 0-2 count. Outside, looping pitch, 1-2.
Yeah, you know, hopefully, you know, with this wind picking up maybe a little bit, maybe someone can trip into a good hit, and the wind can pick it up just a little bit, just to make something happen, something special.
1-2, fouled out of here as Toto continues to battle.
Oh, wow, that hit the window of the middle school there.
Did it break?
We're not responsible for anything.
No, it's because there's like another set of fencing there, so it's fine.
1-2. Outside, evens the count at 2. Toto trying to get on base for the first time today. In his last game, he had a single. He was 1 for 3 against Allentown.
I mean, with Wilbur coming up, you kind of want to get on base.
2-2. Hits one, and it'll go right to Lifstead, an unassisted 1U with 2 away, and this Pennington infield has been bedrock solid.
Yeah, it's been absolutely wild. You know, they're making good contact with the ball, and unfortunately, just this infield has been absolutely dynamite. The outfield, they've been in the right positions when they need to be there. It's been tough going offensively for both teams, especially for Lawrence.
So the 0-2 count, or the 2 outs fresh set of outs, or fresh count for Connor Williver. And he'll take one. He had thought it was going to be a ball there, but it was right down the middle as he had to try to lean out of the way. But again, Williver is one of those guys who really crowds the plate. 0-1 towards Sewell. That one down low, and he'll get one back, 1-1.
Like I've said before, Williver, he won't swing at a pitch unless it's his perfect pitch. So he always gets ahead of the count usually.
Williver, who has been a fantastic DH for this team so far, 2-1. His last game against Allentown, he was 1 for 3, got on base with an E6, but got out with a double play. 2-1 towards Williver. He'll foul one into the parking lot. That had a nasty slice, and I think that hit a car back there.
Yeah, it did.
Oh, it looked like it missed the car and hit the ground. Well, it probably hit the car on the bounce.
I don't know. Shooting baseballs towards the parking lot today is going to be like shooting towards fish in a barrel. So it's a 2-2 for Williver. Heaton, he's the heat. Strikeout, he got him. And retires the side once again. The Cardinals, the only team with a hit so far. They weren't able to get on base that time, and already not even an hour into this game, we go into the top of the 5th inning. Still scoreless after 4. And due up for the Red Hawks, Leeds, Heaton, and Craig. We return to Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC-2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Top of the 5th inning here from Sonny Natakis Field. Gavin Leeds, Ray Heaton, and Tommy Craig due up for Penny. And that's going to be a line shot all the way to left center field. Moore calling for it, and he gets it. A running F8 there from the center fielder, and it's one away. That was a good poke from Gavin Leeds. First time we've seen a ball going to left field today.
It was a really good tracking by Deacon Moore out there in the outfield. He basically went all the way to where Josh Vikrosky was to get that ball.
I thought Vikrosky was going to call for it.
Yeah, I mean, he got there first. I honestly thought it was going to be Vikrosky, but luckily there was good communication between the outfielders, and, you know, what could have been a scary situation was avoided as we got another foul right there to the parking lot.
0-1 count for Ray Heaton, who's been throwing some heat on the mound right now. Although he only has 2 strikeouts, his fielders have definitely been saving his bacon so far. Check swing.
So you're saying that Ray Heaton has been throwing the heat
He has been.
in the mound.
And they called that a ball? What the heck?
I don't think the ump was paying attention.
I don't know. He might be zoning in and out. He might be dreaming about being on the golf course right now. That is definitely going to be fair. Drizga firing over to Kellen Moore, and 2 away. Another good throw from Dan Drizga.
Drizga's playing really good defensively at third base today. He's not letting anything get past him, really. He had a diving play earlier in the game where he tracked that down really well. Just the instincts are there today for Drizga at third.
And he'll bring up Tommy Craig for his second at-bat. He flew out to center field in the last foray. Already 2 outs. Check swing. Doesn't matter. In the zone, 0-1. And Aiden Poot doing a whale of a job on the mound right now. 0-1. And that's going to be a little low. It looked like it could have been in the zone, but it just could have.
No, it got like right below his knee.
It was like, yeah.
Changeup just broke a little too much. 1-1 towards Craig. He'll poke one out of play.
All the way to the dirt field.
Wow.
And the Cardinals hopefully will not be playing on the dirt field next Saturday. But next Saturday is the Cardinal Classic. Conwell Egan Catholic, New Egypt, and Lakewood Regional coming to Sonny Natakis Field. Swing and strike there. Dobkin trying to get it to Kellen Moore, and they'll get him on the drop third strike. And another 1-2-3 side for Aiden Poot. This Cardinals defense has been on fire. Let's see if they can get the bats cooking.
I was just going to say, another great inning by Aiden Poot. He is having a fantastic game. You love to see it, especially considering the last time he was starting, how that went, which was also really good.
It was a good foray at Princeton Day, and he leads off for us here in the bottom of the 5th. Poot, Vakrosky, and Kellen Moore due up for the Cardinals when we return to Lawrence Cardinals Baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC-2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Poot, Vakrosky, and Kellen Moore due up for the Cardinals already in the bottom of the 5th inning. A defensive masterclass by both teams so far in this one. Poot will take his first pitch down Broadway for the 0-1. Scoreboard back there tripped me up a little bit. 0-1 count for Aiden Poot, who hit the ball into a 5-3. Check swing, a little too much there. And it's quickly down an 0-2 hole.
Yeah, Poot looked like he knew he shouldn't have swung at that, as the ball was actually is rolling in the dirt by the time it got to Poot.
So an 0-2 count towards the sophomore, who's been phenomenal on the mound so far today. He'll line one a little high into right center, and he'll go right to Leeds there for the F9. Another defensive masterclass by both of these teams. They've both been on fire. Only one hit so far between either team, Matt.
Yeah, it's not looking great so far for either team offensively. On the plus side, though, these pitchers, they're looking absolutely dynamite. Aiden Poot, he's having a heck of a game, just really getting the ball in there. And then on the Pennington side, they're also having a great game, making sure a lot of contact gets made for those outs. So, a lot of fly balls, a lot of ground balls. So, not a lot of pitches being thrown. So hopefully they're able to reserve their bullpen. You love to see stuff like that. Hopefully, though, we can get a couple more hits, though, so we can get some runs on the board.
He'll bring up Josh Vakrosky, who will take one upstairs. He'll go up in the count, 1-0. Scoreboard says 2-0. We're getting a little overzealous here. So 1-0 count towards Vakrosky, who struck out back in the top or the bottom of the 2nd. And leaving the count with a strike there, 1-1 with one away. Still scoreless here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Quick game so far. Already, we've been on air for about an hour here and already in the bottom of the 5th. That one it looked a little high from our vantage point, but it's going to be a 1-2 towards the sophomore.
Vakrosky did not agree with that call.
Nah,
I don't think I agree with that call either.
Time to protect the plate.
Sunny day here at Sunny Nataka's Field. Heaton will finally get the signal from Craig, 1-2. Outside there. Breaking ball that sliced a little too much for Heaton's liking. He was trying to get Vakrosky to chase. It's 2-2.
Yeah, a little overzealous right there. Now he's just trying to slow up, trying to get recentered so that he can try and get him out on this pitch. But you could see he really wanted him there. He really put a little extra mustard on that one, as my dad would say.
2-2 towards Vakrosky. Swing in, but it got him. He swung at it, but did it hit him?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
He's just shaking it off.
I don't think I've ever seen that where it bounced off their foot and it's a swing and strike there.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that counts as a foul or.
That was a foul.
Yeah.
So he fouled off his bat. Okay.
Yeah.
2-2 for Vakrosky. He'll poke one just foul down the third baseline, and that one had a beat and a half on it.
That would have broke this game wide open. That would have been a great hit, especially to that part of the ballpark where it's just so deep.
It's a little late of a swing.
Well, the bad part of the ballpark, which is 402 towards right center field. 2-2 popped up in the air out of play, and that one will nearly hit a couple of high school track girls running behind us. Again, Lawrence High is packed to the gills right now, not only in the ballpark, but at the football field and the track field as well. But there are so many people coming out to watch a great game, a great defensive battle between these two programs right now. Heaton on the 2-2, it's away, popped up again. And Vakrosky stays alive, and that one looked like it doinked off of a Nissan.
Nah, I just missed it. Vakrosky should prove himself at the plate, trying to stay alive.
Stayed alive so far. 2-2 towards the sophomore. Heaton with the signal, kicks, deals, fouled away again.
He's having a really good battle at the plate.
Like, this is crazy.
Anything close, he's fouling off too.
Yeah, he is making Heaton pitch right now. It is absolutely wild right now. Great at bat being had by Vakrosky.
Heaton trying to reach into his bag of tricks. Try and get something going to finally get Vakrosky out, but I gotta imagine Heaton's pitch count going up a little bit here. 2-2, Vakrosky trying to stay alive, but that one's gonna go in the dirt. And one ball away from another base runner as Heaton trying to throw the heat, was trying to get Vakrosky to chase, but Josh wasn't fooled on that.
This also gives the rest of the bench a great opportunity to watch Heaton, see if they can see anything in his repertoire that they can maybe seize on the next time they're up at bat.
3-2, outside, and Vakrosky able to stay alive, and he's on base. It's the first walk by Ray Heaton today.
Heaton hated that call. He's arguing a little bit.
You don't want to argue balls and strikes. It's one thing for a coach to argue balls and strikes. You don't want to argue that as a player.
No, but he really didn't like that. Now we got Kellen Moore at the plate. You know, hopefully after that long at bat, him standing in the batters in the on deck circle, maybe that'll you know, give him a little peek into something that he can maybe put some contact on.
And oh, the ball's gonna go away. They're trying to cherry pick Vakrosky. Gonna go all the way deep. Vakrosky going to second, and he's gonna stay at the second bag. And for the first time all day, either team has a runner in scoring position.
Heaton.
I thought Vakrosky was going to try and go for 3 there, but because by the time he got to the second bag, Lifstead was just getting to the ball, and that is really deep in foul territory towards the Pennington bullpen.
Allowing Vakrosky to walk, that must have really annoyed Heaton, because he was throwing at his first baseman like with pure anger, and that's what made him overthrow it so badly.
He wanted that one back. Like, he did not agree with that. He didn't like how that ended. He wanted to get him right then and there. He didn't want to wait for like a double play or anything.
We'll put Kellen Moore in the batter's box with a fresh set. He'll take one down the middle. That was a good pitch there from Heaton, and if I was Kellen Moore, I probably would have tried to take a whack at that one. Kamo, who hit the ball into a 6-3 to start the bottom of the third inning. 0 for 1 so far. Runner in scoring position, 1 out, still scoreless, and a tight game here from Sunny Nataka's field. That one gonna get hit all the way to third base, trying to make the relay. They'll get it in time on the fielder's choice towards Kellen Moore. But Kamo will advance Vakrosky 2 away with a runner on third.
You know, there's 2 out. You don't love that part of it, but Rivera is up right now with a runner in even better scoring position. Vakrosky right on third, so he doesn't even have to do anything absolutely crazy. Just put a nice, just a nice little poke on the ball, whether it goes up the middle, whether it just finds some sort of gap, just get past the infield. That way they're able to advance this runner so that they can get this lead. This is a perfect position for Rivera, who's been having a rough season, as well as for this Lawrence team.
Rivera will take one near his head. He had to duck and cover for that one.
Going back to that overthrow with Heaton to the first baseman, realistically, the inning should be over. But since he overthrew it and allowed Vakrosky to go to second, now he got to run on third for Lawrence.
1-0. He'll hit one sky high. That's going to stay fair. No, it's going to go foul. I thought it was gonna go foul regardless, but I wasn't sure if Leeds was gonna be able to get that in time, and he crashes into the outfield wall.
Yeah,
it's a 1-1 count.
Yeah, that was just gonna hit the fence. That just barely kissed it, unfortunately.
The wind, which hasn't been a factor too much today, playing with the ball a little bit. 1-1 with 2 outs. Vakrosky on third. Rivera trying to drive him home. Just trying to get the run's going. Here's the 1-1. He'll poke one. That's going to go right over to Hallett, and he'll get it over to Lifstead. So the Pennington infield once again remaining strong as Vakrowski was stranded at third, but nonetheless, it looks like the Cardinals just trying to take advantage of Heaton starting to lose a little bit of his mojo. But nonetheless, we are still scoreless after 5. We'll go to the top of the 6th with the bottom of the order due up for the Red Hawks. Riley, Richter, and Bonfig due up. You're listening to Lawrence Cardinals Baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC-2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Still scoreless here in the top of the 6th, and that is going to get fouled off by Joey Riley to start the count 0-1. Still a nothing game after 5 innings. We go to the top of the 6th for the bottom of the lineup due up for Pennington, and it's a quick 0-2 count towards Joey Riley as Aiden Poot has had a phenomenal game so far. I feel like I've said that about 3 or 4 times already. But Poot's had a good game. His defense has had a good game so far, and both teams just playing very defensively sound. 0-2 upstairs. 1-2.
Pennington a little more than Lawrence in terms of the defense, just because more balls have been put in play by Lawrence than Pennington. But Aiden Poot, yeah, I mean, there's no other way to describe the type of game he's having. As we got a 1-2, now 2-2 as that one's almost in the dirt. Poot's just having a great game, and he's just having, you know, it's kind of like I said earlier, he's just overall having a great season.
Poot, who started up in the count 0-2, now tied 2-2. That's going to get lined right to Riley Rivera. A hopper as Rivera will get it to Kellen Moore for the 4-3. And that was the first time, and well, they were able to get a 5-3 off Heaton. But nonetheless, it's a lot of retired batters so far for this Pennington team. So bring up Ryan Richter, who's 0 for 1 with a fly out to Dan Drizga, the third baseman. Now down, he's going to hit one high, sky, in the air. Deacon Moore calling for it. He makes a good backhanded catch there for the 0-2, and another great catch for Deacon Moore.
He's definitely getting his steps in between both of those catches.
He better have a whoop. He better have a whoop band on, or whatever the heck you call it.
Yeah, seriously, just between the left field catch and the right field catch, he was covering all over this outfield. Great catches, still 0-0, 2 outs, new batter. Let's go.
So 2 away, and I'll start off with an 0-1 count towards Braden Bonfig, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout back in the top of the 3rd. Crowd on their feet here, since there's really no seating. 0-1 towards Bonfig. He'll poke one, little blooper. Toto calling for it, and he'll get it. So another 1-2-3 inning, 4-3, F8, and F9 to go end the top of the 6th. Another quick sign there from Sonny Natakis Field. And due up for the Cardinals, Dan Drizga, Robert Kelly, and Deacon Moore going into the bottom of the 6th inning. You're listening to Lawrence Cardinals Baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC-2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Some of the equipment from the AV kids from Lawrence High being tripped on by a photographer here, but nonetheless, we're all good. It's not going to end up like Thursday, knock on wood. And Dan Drizga will step into the box here for the first at-bat for the Cardinals. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning, strikeout, but the ball popped out of Craig's glove. Nonetheless, it's going to be an 0-1 count towards the senior.
Drizga, the only guy on the Cardinals to get a hit off of Heaton today. Hopefully he can do it again.
Trying to get things going. Drizga 0-1, trying to show bunt there. He's able to pull it back in time and even the count 1-1.
Yeah, you know, you got Drizga. He's got the only hit of the day for the Cardinals. Then you got the top of the lineup. Hopefully they're able to see something, especially with those long at-bats last inning by Varsity. So, you know, hopefully something can get going here.
That one right down Broadway for the 1-2. Already high noon here for Drizga. Well, it's 15 seconds towards noon. If he's able to time it perfectly and get a hit here, that would be perfect. Here's the deal. Ball in the dirt.
Oh, it bounced over the backstop.
That's wild.
It went off the home plate. And that's a great way to bring in the afternoon here. Halfway home through Saturday, April 20th. A beautiful day here that was slated to be cloudy originally. 2-2 for Drizga. He'll foul one. That's going to go fair. Trying to race after it is not going to be in time. 1-3 and a great play there from Heaton. We're going to pause 15 seconds real quick for station identification. You're listening to Lawrence Cardinals Baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC-2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
So bring up the top of the order for the third time today, starting with Robert Kelly, who's 0 for 2, a 5-3, and a fly out to the second baseman is a stat line so far, and he's going to take one down the gullet. It was a good pitch there. If I was Kelly, I would try to smoke that one.
Yeah, and I feel like they've seen enough of those pitches where, you know, it's getting sent down there. So, like, honestly, I would just take a, no.
He'll foul one back, 0-2. That's going to be way out of play. Just nearly hit the service building there.
Yeah, pun mildly intended, but I would take a crack at it, honestly. Like, there's enough that's, you know, in the zone. I just put a good, you know, put a good swing on it.
Especially since usually, like, first pitch is, like, the most perfect pitch to swing at.
We'll take that one right down to the knees for the 1-2. Kelly again coming in today, batting .429, 0 for 2. No infield shift here, so it's just looking standard for Penny. 1-2 for Kelly. He'll take one in the dirt, surviving to even the count at 2. You know, if you're the Cardinals, you're thinking your third time through the order, you're going to have Heaton's timing down.
Especially with that Varsity at bat, where they saw essentially everything that Heaton had.
Well, especially since, you know, Kelly and Deacon Moore both made contact on the 2 at-bats, and he's going to foul one down the first base line. You know, pretty much the only 2 batters who have been struck out in this game so far have been Connor Williver and Josh Varsity.
And Varsity made that up with a great at-bat.
Mm-hmm.
So they're able to make contact. It's just been this Pennington infield, which has been insane, and that's going to get lined down the left field side.
Wow.
Yep, that's the key word there. Already in the bottom of the 6th inning. Fast-moving game so far. 2-2 with 1 away, still scoreless. Kelly will line one just foul again. It's back-to-back line drives down the third base line that are going to be foul. And again, Kelly's been able to make contact. Deacon Moore's been able to make contact. Toto's been able to make contact. Again, only 2 strikeouts so far for Ray Heaton. So everybody's been able to make good contact with the ball. It's just been the Pennington infield has been good. And just I say that Robert Kelly will take one down the middle, and it's 2 away.
From the looks of his face, it's like he regretted not swinging at that pitch.
I wonder if maybe they're sitting on a different pitch and they're just not getting it. It's just very... It's very interesting. Like, the bats are extremely muted. This is coming off of a game on Thursday where the bats were equally muted.
This is just really good pitching, honestly.
Mm-hmm. It's a pitcher's duel.
And this is private school pitching here.
A pitcher's duel, defensive battle here at Sonny Natakis Field.
Whoever's going to score first in this game is Moore. Will foul one down the third base side again. Again, whoever scores first in this game is probably going to end up winning.
I mean, they're just swinging either late or just a tad early. Make that little adjustment, you'll put the ball in play.
0-1 for the sophomore, 2 away, strike. Fouled it off down the first base line this time, and it's quickly an 0-2 hole. Heaton's been throwing the heat, so is Aiden Poot. Again, it's the top of the order for the Red Hawks next time by, with Lifstead, Leeds, and Hallett due up for the Red Hawks if Moore gets out here. 0-2 towards Moore, that one in the dirt. Spike ball that barely reaches home plate for the 1-2. Moore, who is 0 for 2, both of them off of contact, F9 and a 4-3. Trying to put the ball in play. He'll take one just inside, evens the count at 2.
Yeah, that was really close. Honestly, from where I was sitting, I thought I hit him a little bit, but I guess it didn't. It was really inside. Good eye, though. Good eye.
Teak Toto in the on-deck circle, Connor Williver in the hole. So if Moore's able to get on base, he got 2 guys who've been really able to get the ball in play. 2-2. And Ryan Williver's not able to glove that down there, or hand that down rather, as it goes foul for the 2-2. Moore staying alive here. It looked like he was trying to take a golf swing there with how low he was hitting it.
This makes me want to make a tee time.
You just gotta wait on that.
'Tis the season, 'tis the weather for a little bit of golf there.
Honestly.
2-2 with 2 away. He's gonna line one. Oh, and it just goes off of Riley's hand. Here's a play, not gonna be. No, it is gonna be in time.
No, it's not. He's safe.
That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
Moore is going to be in time, and Moore will get off. I think they'll score that as an E4 as it went off of Riley's glove. It was very close, and it looks like Heaton are going to meet right now. Steve Kowalski talking to a starting pitcher here, trying to calm him down. That's only the second hit that Heaton has allowed all day long.
Heaton having a meeting on the mound.
That's a good one.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
that was such a dad joke. I'm not gonna lie.
Bro, it was right there. I had to take it. I was like, oh, it's right there. Let me go get it.
So that's not going to be a hit. They'll score it as an error. It's the second error that has been for Pennington in this game. It'll bring up Teak Toto. 2-away, runner on first. It's a rare time where we see a runner on the bags in this game. That's just how defensively sound these teams have been. Ball in the dirt, ball will get away. Deacon Moore digging for second. He'll slide. It goes over into the alley. But Moore is unable to get up in time. Now he'll get up a little ginger there. But it will put Demo in scoring position off the wild pitch. And you got to think if Steve Kowalski might think about putting a relief pitcher in here, because Heaton starting to lose a little bit of his stuff there.
Yeah, it wasn't looking great. It bounced off of the catcher. That was an awkward run by Deacon. Hopefully he's okay. You know, hopefully they're starting to, hopefully they're starting to see some cracks in there. Hopefully they can get a run across home plate. That'd be great.
Also, the catcher, Tommy Craig, he overthrew that to the shortstop. He even jumping, it still went right over his glove. He had no chance of getting that.
Just trying to be a little overzealous there, but 1-1 towards Teak Toto. 2-away, still scoreless in the bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the 1-1. Toto will take it down in the zone, 1-2, and I think Toto wanted to swing for the fences at that. That was just a looping little ball there.
I guess Heaton doesn't like the grip of that ball anymore as he's switching balls with the umpire.
Yeah.
Toto trying to drive home more and open up the scoring. A defensive battle between these two squads. Private versus public. Cardinal versus Red Hawk. 1-2, 2 away, and a fantastic game, and Toto will call time to readjust himself. 1-2. Heaton checks the runner at second. Here's the pitch, just outside, evens the count at 2.
These at-bats are getting a lot tougher on the Lawrence end towards Heaton, which you love to see. You just want to see it more consistently, You got Deacon getting in there. You got Frokowski with a nice walk. just build some consistency to hopefully get some runs across this board.
The fans are ready. We're ready. And that was a little bit of an awkward stance there from Ray Heaton, but nonetheless, he'll retake it. Here's the 2-2. He'll line one. He'll get right through, trying to race for it. Not going to be in time is Teak Toto, and that looked like that may have been the pitch to break things open, but Lifstead reaching out with his glove was just able to glove that down and keep Moore from scoring. Man, that would have broken things open here, Matt.
Yeah, that was just really good defense. Like there's no other way to describe it. Like that was just a great poke by Teak right there, and it was right in that spot where like if that first baseman didn't make that play, that was going to go all the way to the wall, all the way to the 331 marker out in right field, and he just had an incredible glove, waved off the pitcher. It was just an unfortunate set of circumstances as we head to the top of the 7th.
So top of the 7th, still scoreless from Sonny Natakis Field, and the top of the order due up for the Red Hawks. When we return to Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC-2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
And Pennington firing the first salvo in the top of the 6th. Joe Lifstead with a single to break up the no-hitter. That's going to get fouled by Braden Lees as the Red Hawks with the first time today with the runner on base. And I tell you, we had a perfect game going, Matt. I will say that now that it's been broken up.
We did. I noticed it a couple innings ago. I was like, what? And man, that's such a bummer because I think that also would have been back-to-back perfect games for him too.
Yeah, isn't this the second time he almost?
Yeah.
Well, he did have the perfect game against Princeton Day, and the fact that he was having one against a great team in Pennington just shows how good Aiden Poot is. 1-1, making the count, trying to catch him stealing there. Not able to get it is Drew Dobkin, a little slow on the throw to first. But it's a 1-2 count towards Braden Lees. Top of the lineup up. Joe Lifstead on first. Lees with a 1-2 count. Now it's the third time of the order for the Red Hawks, and that's going to be a drop third strike, but they're going to call it. And they're going to call it. The K there was a good catch there from Drew Dobkin, and it's one away.
That is Poot's 8th strikeout of the day.
He's having a great game. He's playing out of his mind. Kid's only a sophomore.
He's going to be, Jim Mayer has said this several times this season, but he is going to be a Division I pitcher one of these days. Fouled up high in the air, out of play by Hallett. Hallett, who's 0 for 2, F8, and a strikeout looking. He'll start in a 1-0 hole, or a 0-1 hole. Dobkin gives the sign to Poot. That's going to be a little high. Count even at 1 in the top of the 7th, still scoreless. Mayer calling for the outfield shift. 1-1, runner going. That's going to get poked right to Drizga. And now runners on first and second for Pennington. And it looks like Jim Mayer might pull out his ace here and put in a fresh arm.
Despite these past 2 hits, Aiden Poot has been having a phenomenal game on the mound.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of like that point in the game where like people are getting a little tired and it just kind of happens. Aiden, though, he had a great game as he is now getting pulled officially.
Like Kellen, oh no. Is Kellen coming?
It is going to be Kellen Moore who will come in to pitch as Aiden Crowley will come in at first.
Interesting.
Kellen Moore's also a really good pitcher.
Kellen Moore, he's the top pitcher in the rotation. I thought Jim Mayer was going to try and save him for the game against North. But he'll come into relief pitch here, trying to stall things out, but Kellen Moore.
Aiden Poot to start, Kellen Moore to come in relief.
Your two best pitchers is Kellen Moore, the Lafayette commit, who throws absolute fireballs.
Yeah, he's throwing gas right now.
Well, as Kellen warms up the pitch in the Pennington bullpen is Ryan Ricker.
So it looks like they might go to their bullpen if the Cardinals are able to get a couple of hits as well.
He's a freshman who has an ERA of 1.8.
So he is really good as well. But the upcoming schedule for the Cards is as follows. On Monday, we're at West Windsor Plainsboro North, our first road broadcast of the season. But then the Cardinals are at West Windsor South on Wednesday. We will not have the call for that, but we will have the call for the game at Hamilton West. It's a 3-game road trip all around Plainsboro and Hamilton before finally returning home next Saturday for the Cardinal Classic with Conwell Egan Catholic, Lakewood Regional, and New Egypt playing in the second ever Cardinal Classic. And Kellen Moore looks like he's warmed up here and trying to get this team out of the jam and get them back in the win column, which would be a huge win if they're able to pull it off.
Yeah, absolutely, just especially considering how they're now going on 13 innings, potentially 14, depending on how next inning goes, of just no runs being had. They've had great chances, just not able to seize on them. So, hopefully that's able to change next inning. Hopefully Kellen can also help them get out of this inning.
So Kellen Moore with his first pitch, it's up high, 1-0.
Keeping him honest at the plate.
Kellen's throwing smoke at the mound.
So it's a 1-0 count for Kellen Moore, still tied with runners on first and second. That's going to get fouled, nearly goes over the fence towards us.
I would have caught it. I was ready.
Yeah, you were. You had your glove up and everything.
1-1 count with one away towards Gavin Leeds, the DH, batting at this 4 slot. He's been lethal for this Pennington team so far. One away, that one down the zone. And Kellen Moore with a 1-2 count. Moore gets the sign from Dobkin, trying to get this team out of a tough situation with runners on first and second. Here it is, strikeout, he got him. 2 away here, and Kellen Moore coming to play as he strikes out Hallett.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Or Leeds, rather.
Yeah, no, and Leeds was absolutely frustrated after that at bat. You just see he didn't like how he just got caught guessing. And Moore, just a great way to just set a tone for this next at bat. 2 outs, top of the 7th, 2 runners on.
And that's going to be a chopper that's going to get to Robert Kelly's trying to tag him out. He did get him. Kelly able to tag out Hallett at third or second. Hallett's still down, but a great tag there from Robert Kelly to end things here, or in the top of the 7th. Kelly, he's checking on Hallett to make sure the shortstop is okay. Good sportsmanship there, but a great heads-up play from Robert Kelly. And we go to the middle of the 7th. The Cardinals, with their toughest task of the afternoon so far, able to pass with flying colors.
Absolutely, a very audacious tag right there by Kelly, getting that 3rd out. Great outing by Kellen, make it nice, quick, and easy so that we can get to the lineup. Connor Williver leading us off this next inning, so hopefully something's able to happen. Just great overall defense by this Cardinals team. They're doing 2/3 of the game right. They got good pitching, they got good defense. Now they just got to do that last third and get a run across the home plate.
So everybody do a little bit of stretching while we go to some underwriting announcements, but we're going to take a quick break and step aside before we go to the bottom of the 7th here. You're listening to Lawrence Cardinals Baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC-2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Bottom of the 7th inning, still a scoreless contest from Sunny Nataka's field. Connor Williver, Aiden Poot, and Josh Vakrosky due up for the Cardinals. Still nothing. Cardinals looking to break open the scoring, and if they score here, that will end the game. It'll be the end of a phenomenal game so far for the Cardinals, but they still have to get a runner at home. The furthest they're able to get to is third base, and that's going to get fouled in the parking lot by Sewell. He'll start the count 1-1.
You know, the amount of balls that I see go foul that way just makes me happy that that side of the parking lot was full, and I had to park on the opposite side.
Glad I parked between two cars at least. 1-1 for Williver. He'll hit a chopper that's not going to get through the gap. It'll get to the third baseman. Richter over to Lifstead, 1 away.
Just really good, solid feeling right there from Pennington. You love to see it. Unfortunately, Lawrence, though, they're not able to get the ball out of the infield. It's been something that's plaguing them all game. I think they, maybe have 2 hits?
They have 1 hit so far.
They have 1 hit. Like
Pennington with 2, both of them coming in the top of the 7th.
It's been a struggle bus for the offensive side of baseball today.
And Aiden Poot will come in and a line one right to the first baseman. And Lifstead will get there unassisted. A great shift there from Joe Lifstead, and it's 2 away here, and we're 1 out away from going into extra innings. It's 3-1 Hughes there for Joe Lifstead. He's been phenomenal at first base so far and had the first hit of the game for Pennington. So 0-2 as Aiden Crowley will pinch hit for Josh Vakrosky. I'll take one upstairs, 1-0.
Interesting.
I'm surprised that Jim Mayer is going to have.
That was an interesting one. I'm not the coach, but that was an interesting one.
Especially with how Josh Vakrosky has been lately.
Yeah, the last 2 games, and also he had one of the longest at-bats.
I would personally have Aiden pinch hit for Rivera or Drizga.
Yeah.
Well, Drizga's got the only hit of today.
So that's a surprising move, in my opinion. But 1-1 for Crowley. He'll take one down low, 2-1.
It's got an impeccable eye so far, I will say that.
Just trying to get a guy on base.
Well, if you watch the Vakrosky bat, if you got a batter's eye, you're going to be battling that plate.
That's even more the reason why I would think they would keep Vakrosky in the lineup. But nonetheless, 2-1 towards the sophomore. Make it 2-2 as Heaton will get one back. And I think might see Heaton come out of the game after this one. We'll have to check after this his pitch count. But I think Heaton's pitch count has been getting high. He's pitched 7 innings, or 6 2/3. If he's able to get Crowley out here, it'll be 7. 2-2 towards the sophomore. A little out of the zone. The Pennington dugout wanted that, but they're not going to get it. 3-2. So a 3-2 full count with 2 away. Crowley stepping in, 3-2. Strikeout, he got him. And we're going to extra innings for the 2nd time this season. As Crowley strikes out, we go to the top of the 8th, and this is where things get muy interesante.
The last time we went to extra innings, it was against Robbinsville, and that was a really low-scoring game.
So Tommy Craig, Joey Riley, and Ryan Richter due up for the Red Hawks when we return to Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC-2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
So for the 2nd time this season and the 2nd time on our broadcast, the Cardinals going to extra innings against a huge foe in the Pennington Red Hawks, still scoreless in a defensive masterclass that brings up Tommy Craig, who will chop one foul down the third base line to go down the count 0-1.
Yeah, hopefully they're able to make this a quick inning. That way they're able to get back up to bat so that they can hopefully try and get their shot at getting a run across the board. Hopefully this isn't like Robbinsville where we essentially had 2 games.
0-1 count towards Craig. He'll chop one. That's just going to go foul again. Pretty much identical to the previous pitch, and he finds himself in an 0-2 hole. Trey Wright, Lindsey Squirrel, and Matt Brown bringing you the action here on 107.7 The Bronx Retro. Once again, I want to thank you all so much for tuning in to today's game. And it's been a phenomenal game so far. Swing and strike. Dobkin drops it, gets it to Aiden Crowley. He'll get on the bag. 1 away on the top of the 8th.
You love seeing that. Great start by Kellen Moore after a great outing last inning. You know, just want these to be quick at-bats. You want these to be easy at-bats for this Lawrence Cardinals pitching and defense. That way you can get another kick at the can, so to say.
Joey Riley, who will step in, will hit one out of play, foul. Riley 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out.
So in the pen for Pennington is Landon Hallett, and pitching this season he has an ERA of 3.75 and has given up 5 runs.
Might be the thing that
with 7 hits.
might be the neat thing that Cardinals need in order to try and get a dub here, which arguably would be their best win of the season over a stout Pennington team. That's going to get pulled. It goes over to Robert Kelly, firing towards Aiden Crowley. He is able to scoop things up. And it's 2 away. A phenomenal grab there from Aiden Crowley on the throw that was a little short from Robert Kelly, but he's able to shovel it up and make it 2 away.
Hey man, doesn't matter at the end of the day. That play was made. That was a great backwards handed catch by Kelly. He was able to just zing it on over there. Crowley, great scoop right there. We're able to get that second out right there.
Ryan Richter will bounce one that's fair over to Drizga, throwing it over to Crowley. He is able to just get it there. He came off the bag, but he's able to get back on in time. 1, 2, 3. Go the Red Hawks, and it puts things back in favor of the Cardinals here. Going into the middle of the 5th, I thought Crowley was going to get off the bag there, but he was able to get back there in time. What a play from Aiden Crowley.
Absolutely. Great defense right there. First of all, great throw. Came off the bag a little bit, but great extension overall. These are big boys making big-time plays in varsity baseball for this Lawrence Cardinals team.
Kellen Moore, Riley Rivera, and Dan Drizga due up for the Cardinals when we come back. You're listening to Lawrence Cardinals Baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC-2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
So a pitching change here for the Red Hawks as Ray Heaton, who threw for 7, going back into the dugout, and some defensive changes as well. It's going to be Landon Hallett, who steps into position pitch from the shortstop position. That puts Joey Riley, the second baseman, at shortstop. We're trying to still see who's playing second base right now.
It's Ryan Ricker.
So Richter from third base, now playing second base. So now we got to figure out who's playing third base.
Heaton.
Oh, Heaton is. Okay. All right, so things...
We figured it out.
So... it's Hallett on the stripe, Richter at second, Riley at shortstop, and Heaton at third. And it brings up the relief pitcher of Kellen Moore here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Cloud cover starting to come into play. And he's going to take one down the middle to start off with an 0-1 count. Ray Heaton only giving up 1 hit during his foray. And he'll take another one down low to even the count at 1 is Kellen Moore. Kamo in the box. Was moved down in the lineup today, trying to prove that he deserves to be back up, but he's going to take another looper down in the middle, and he goes down 1-2.
He did not.
Yeah, no, I was about to say, he did not agree with that. He's looking at Jim Mayer questioning what kind of a call that was.
I mean, it's very Aaron Judge-esque in the sense of like he is
tall,
a lot taller than the average high school baseball player.
1-2 popped up in the air. Chasing forward is Lifstead, but it'll go into the parking lot and it'll bounce towards the high school. Remains a 1-2 count. Still scoreless from Sunny Nataka's field in the bottom of the 8th inning. Some free baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro. You know, I was joking about how fast the game was moving.
Yeah, Trey.
Yeah.
Hey, some free baseball here in the bottom of the 8th. Hey, who needs a pitch clock at the high school level?
We don't need one.
1-2 for Kellen Moore. Strikeout, he got him.
Kellen, he definitely did not wait for that pitch. He leaned into it. He swung super early. Got him with that changeup.
We'll bring up Riley Rivera with Dan Drizga in the on-deck circle.
Yeah, he was really upset after that. Like, just walking back, Coach Moore had to, like, calm him down, saying some words he shouldn't have said as Rivera gets one low and inside for a 1-0. You don't love seeing that from Callan, especially this being his senior season.
Especially him being your relief pitcher right now. You don't want it to get into his own head because you need him if we don't score here. Rivera pops one high in the air, getting buffeted a little bit by the wind, but nonetheless it's going to be an easy F9 for Braden Leeds. It's 2 away. So Dan Drizga, who is the only batter to get an official hit off of Ray Heaton back in the bottom of the 3rd. Trying to get things going with the top of the lineup on deck. Drizga will take one high and away for the 1-0 count with 2 away. Still scoreless here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Any run by the Cardinals here will end the game. It'll give them their 9th win of 2024. Drizga will take one. Looked a little outside from my vantage point, but it's a 1-1 count with a strike looking.
Yeah, I honestly thought it was a little identical to the first pitch, which I was honestly a little surprised was called a ball. But, you know, nonetheless, here we are, 1-1. Here comes the pitch.
Swing and strike there. That was an early strike there from Dan Drizga. Wasn't getting anywhere near that, and he knew it.
Yeah, it kind of feels like Kellen in the sense of, like, it just felt like he was guessing there.
It also looked like he did not have his eye on the ball at all when he swung that bat. Like, his head was just completely up.
1-2 for Dan Drizga. Ball in the dirt will even the count at 2. 2's across the board. 2-2 count with 2 outs. Still no runs here in the bottom of the 8th. However you slice it, it's been a phenomenal game by both of these teams, especially for Lawrence, given how they were against Allentown. Ball down low. That goes from an 0-2 count for Drizga to 2-2. Or a 3-2 count. Started off as a 1-2, now it's a 3-2. We eventually got there.
Drizga fighting to stay alive.
He's 1 for 2 right now. Trying to stay 1 for 2 with a walk. Here's the pitch upstairs, and the winning run is aboard with Robert Kelly stepping in. 2 away. Robert Kelly, who is 0 for 3. He's trying to drive home Drizga with 2 away. It's going to be a tall order here.
It's going to be a tall order, but don't do anything fancy. Don't do anything that's too much. Just do what you got to do. Put the ball in play. Advance the runner. Do what you got to do.
Drizga getting a little overzealous. That's a looping pitch towards Kelly, and he'll start off ahead in the count, 1-0.
I'm okay with that level of aggressiveness, especially considering it is late in the game. It is an extra inning game. You know, this is high school baseball. Tensions and emotions are high. Make the other team make a mistake.
Hallett will get the sign from Craig. Runner going, trying to get him, and I think he's going to be out. No, the ball just a little too low there from Craig, and it puts Dan Drizga in scoring position. Any hit to the outfield by Robert Kelly will drive home Drizga for the game-winning run.
Yeah, absolutely. You love seeing that. Honestly, I'm not going to say this too loud because I don't want to jinx it. Honestly, in my opinion, I think she sent him to 3rd. Try to get him in an even better position.
I don't know about that.
That's why I didn't say it that loud.
1-1. Kelly checks swing, and that was way outside. 1-2 towards Robert Kelly. I don't know what the heck he was looking at there. It looked like an Angel Hernandez call there nonetheless.
That pitch looked like it was at his shoulders, too. Like, it looked a little too high for him to even swing at. Kelly does not agree with that call.
1-2, Drizga on second. Drizga going. That's going to get fouled back to the service building. And Drizga will have to go back to second.
No, I wouldn't send Drizga because now they know that he's ready to steal and that he's going to go. So that catcher's going to want to throw it down right at Heaton.
Yeah, maybe he's not paying attention to him. Maybe he drops the ball.
Maybe. Maybe it goes to the backstop.
1-2. And he's going to try and catch a cherry picking. The ball's going to get away. Here comes Drizga at third, and the ball will stay there. He doesn't even have to steal. A wild pitch there from Heaton. And any sort of hit into the outfield will drive home Dan Drizga and a game-winning run at third.
Honestly, it's just like you said, any hit, just put it on the ground, put it in the air, get a blooper, get something, just put something in play, and this game is over.
It's gotta be a blooper, there's 2 outs.
Kelly with the pitch outside. Good high there from the senior, 2-2.
But that's also the second wild pitch thrown to try to pick off a Cardinal today that has happened, that has advanced the runners in the Cardinals' favor.
Hallett getting his sign there from Tommy Craig. 2-2, Drizga on third. Here's the throw, whacked up high in the air, foul.
For a parking lot full of cars, they're only fouling it towards the service building.
I'd rather that we see it hit off the roof all the time there. So the tension continuing to mount. The Cardinals with a runner on third. If he scores, the game will be over. 2-2 with 2 away. Here's the pitch. Kelly takes one upstairs, 3-2.
That was really up there. I almost thought that almost looked like I was taking his head off. That was wild.
That was really close to hitting him.
Yeah.
He just got out of the way.
Kelly, you gotta think he might be swinging at this one. But if it's going to be any sort of breaking ball, he's not going to swing. 3-2, 2 away, runner on third. Here's the kick, here's the deal. Popped up high in the air, that's going to slice, going for it. Oh, and he did get it. Lifstead bobbled the ball, but was able to get it with the bare hand. And that, I thought he was going to bobble it in foul territory, but nonetheless, Drizga stranded on third, and we continue to rally here. We go to the 9th, still scoreless after 8, and the baseball gods just want to see some more games being played, but my goodness, what... I don't even know how to describe that, guys.
Yeah, that was
something.
That was high school baseball. That's what that was. That was very high school baseball.
He ran back, tracked it beautifully, tried to cast the ball, bobbled it, but then slid, caught it bare-handed with his other hand. Just a really good play by Lifstead.
Yeah, just absolutely incredible. Well done.
Really good play by Lifstead. Really unfortunate for the Cardinals.
Ryan Richter, Braden Bonfig, and Joe Lifstead due up for the Red Hawks when we come back. You're listening to Lawrence Cardinals Baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC-2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTBS TV.
Hey, good idea, good idea. Come on, Brandon, you're 3.
Braden Bonfig with a 1-2 count here in the top of the 9th. That one upstairs, 1-2. It's actually Bonfig, Lifstead, and Leeds due up for the Red Hawks. More and more fans starting to pour in. 2-2 count, ball in the dirt, 3-2, and you can hear the Pennington dugout lighting up Kellen Moore right now, 3-2, still scoreless in the top of the 9th, and the tension really starting to mount.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It is crazy loud right now.
Fouled off.
All around us. You can hear it from Pennington. I'm pretty sure there's noise behind us. It's a crazy game here at Sunny Nataka's Field.
Another defensive battle with neither team giving up an inch. Kellen Moore gets the sign from Dobkin. 3-2 the count. Lifted high in the air. Tracking back for it is Aiden Poot, one away.
Just great defense right there. Everyone's just stepping up when they're where they're needed. They're making plays when they gotta, and that's what's part of the reason why this game has been 0-0 and why nothing's been really happening on the offensive end. But, you know, specifically for Lawrence, hopefully some of that changes going forward. Great pitching by Kellen Moore, holding them at bay. Here comes the first pitch.
That's going to get fouled to the backstop there by Joe Lifstead, who was 1 for 3 with a single. So one away in the top of the 9th. The second game this season that the Cardinals have gone into extra innings. That's going to get pulled all the way to the parking lot.
Right in between two cars.
I think it hit the back of one of them. So it's a quick 0-2 for the senior first baseman.
It was like he was golfing on that swing.
He definitely was. That was a bad slice there. 0-2 with one away, still scoreless, top 9. Here's the pitch. That's going to get pulled. It'll go to Robert Kelly. Firing over to Aiden Crowley. He got him. Beautiful 6-3, textbook 6-3, 2 away in the top of the 9th.
Yeah, I was watching Crowley that entire time. He was not phased. He was absolutely ready. It was a great throw, great positioning right there. Able to get that second out. We still got a 0-0 game. Another batter coming up. We got 2 outs. Hopefully Kellen can get them out of one more inning.
Kellen coming into relief. Braden Leeds will start off taking a ball down outside, 1-0. Leeds is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts, being victim to Aiden Poot. The younger brother of Gavin Leeds, the sophomore, will take another one outside, 2-0. Pennington trying to get their third base runner of the day. Here's the 2-0. That one down the middle, so Kellen Moore will get one back with 2 away. Just trying to keep things nice and frosty. Leeds trying to get things going for the Red Hawks. 2-1 the count. He'll hit one sky high that's over Rivera's head. It'll get over to Aiden Poot, and it's a stand-up single for the sophomore, and it brings up Landon Hallett.
That was just good contact right there, but just right in the sweet spot. Was just able to bloop right in front of Poot out in center. Just a really good hit right there. Nothing you can really do about that except dust yourself off, go off to the next batter. Hopefully they're able to shut him down, make sure no advancing happens.
So the Cardinals do have a force out at second. If Hallett can hit it towards the 5-4 gap, if he hits it to Rivera, Rivera can potentially get the 4-6 at second. But it's 1-0. It's a 1-0 count towards Hallett, who's coming to relief pitch. 1-0, make it a 2-0 count as that ball got a little bit away from Kellen Moore. Again, one of the few instances of any of these teams having a runner on the bags. It's been a good defensive game so far. Lawrence trying to keep it on their part. And that one was really outside, but they call it a strike. That
You can hear that from the Pennington
Yeah,
bench. They
if
did
you didn't
not
hear
like
it
that.
over the microphone,
They
the whole
did not like
Pennington
that.
dugout groaned, not agreeing with that call at all.
we take those to 2-1 count for Kellen Moore. Here's the pitch. That's going to get lined. It'll go through the gap. Rivera not able to get there in time. Going for 3 is Toto trying to make the relay. Not in time. And he's able to get safe at second. So it's going to be a double there from Landon Hallett. And it looks like Kellen Moore might get replaced here with Connor Crowley as Jim Mayer going deep into his bullpen once again.
Yeah, probably not something he really wanted. You had to already start thinking about those questions even as we got to the end of this inning. But looking like we're going to have to go to the bullpen again. You don't love seeing that, especially from a really good pitcher like Kellen. You know, maybe his frustrations at the plate, they're starting to seep over. Oh no, he's keeping him in there.
They're going to keep him in there,
Hey,
just giving some words of encouragement.
With 2 outs, I think Jim Mayer just wants Kellen to finish off this inning.
So the toughest task now on deck for the Cardinals right now. Ducks on a pond, second and third are the base runners, Leeds and Hallett, and Gavin Leeds, the DH. And they're going to auto walk Gavin Leeds, and I completely agree with that. Get the bases loaded for Ray Heaton, who's 0 for 3.
Yeah, you said
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Load the bases here with 2 outs.
Yeah.
Try to get the force out.
Honk randomly.
Heaton, like we said, 0 for 3. He's been hitting them over to third base. Here's the kick in the deal, and that will plunk him. And Kellen Moore is saying that he leaned into it. And Leeds, I think he 100% leaned into it.
I honestly didn't see it. I just
yeah, it looked like that Lee's just turned enough so his elbow would reach the ball.
Kellen Moore did not like that.
Kellen's frustrated. He did not like that at all.
Yeah. So Angel Hernandez with another bad call there, and Pennington finally breaks open the scoring.
Yeah, I just want to thank Laz Diaz for finding some time in his schedule.
Unfortunate
another
series
bad
of
call, another
an unfortunate series of events for the Cardinals.
Prep baseball favoritism, that's all you can really chalk that one up to.
Yeah.
Courtesy runner for, I think, the pitcher. I don't really know who's on second base right now.
So Pennington opens the scoring off a controversial hit by pitch.
That was a weird call.
That was not a good call.
That was really weird.
I mean, in a game tight like this. That's a 1-out count towards Tommy Craig, who will strike out or get a strike there.
You know that call is in Kellen's head right now.
Yeah, he probably just wants to get this batter out, just kind of to course correct.
It's a 1-1 call. That's going to get blooped high in the air. Getting it is Aiden Poot. He's calling for it, and he gets it out. So Pennington, controversially, gets it on the board, 1-0. And here, going to the bottom of the 9th, due up for the Cardinals, Deacon Moore, Teak Toto, and Connor Williver. When we return, you're listening to Lawrence Cardinals Baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC-2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
So the Cardinals have 3 outs to work with to get a run scored. Pennington up 1-0 after a controversial runs being scored off a hit by pitch.
I still think he leaned into that pitch.
It's prep baseball favoritism. We'll chalk it up to that. But due up for the Cardinals, Deacon Moore, Teak Toto, and Connor Williver, arguably your strongest part of the lineup. Here are the Cardinals. You have a chance here. It's only a 1-run game, but they've been having a lot of trouble, especially on the first 2 at-bats, getting runs on the bases.
Yeah, it's okay, though. We got Deacon at the dish. Hopefully something can happen.
Hallett.
Positive vibes.
Will get the sign. That's going to be a ball in the dirt. Deacon Moore will start in the count, 1-0. He's 1 for 3 with an E4. Getting on base with the E4. 1-0 count, make it a 2-0 count. Deacon Moore coming in today, batting .382. Trying to get things going. 2-0 count. Ball in the dirt, make it a 3-0. And
R.I.P. the Wormies.
Yeah,
I haven't seen a worm killer in a while, although the worms would probably be dried up with the sun out right now.
Seriously.
But it's a 3-0 count for Deacon Moore. Here's the pitch. That one down Broadway. It looked a little inside, but nonetheless a 3-1.
Yeah, I think Deacon just kind of took it because he was in a hitter's count, so he was just kind of like, all right, let's see what else we can get.
3-1, here's the pitch. Down the middle again.
Back-to-back strikes.
And it goes from a 3-0 count to a 3-2 full count. And you got to imagine Moore might be looking to swing here.
Yeah, probably.
Yep. Got to protect the plate at any cost.
3-2. And a walk there from Deacon Moore. And I genuinely thought he was going to call a strikeout there. But the game-tying run is aboard, and it's back-to-back left-handed hitters, and it looks like Steve Kowalski will go out to Hallett, talk to him real quick, trying to calm him down. But the game-tying run at first, it's a long ways away from home.
Yeah, especially when you got good hitters like Williver coming up and Poot. I know they haven't been having a good game, but they've overall been playing really well lately. So you don't want them to like start getting hot at the wrong time, which would be now. Because you already got a runner on, you got no outs. There's a lot of room for possibility here, especially with Teak Toto up at the plate.
So in the bottom of the 9th inning, Teak Toto does not have any home runs in his collegiate career, but the chance to try and advance Deacon Moore.
I mean, I would hope he doesn't have any in college yet, because I don't know if that would make
or high school, rather.
I was going to say, I don't know how high school eligibility works.
Doesn't have any at the high school level or the college just yet. And he'll start by taking one down low. We'll go up in the count 1-0.
If I'm Teak, I get Teak. If I'm Deacon on the bases, I get Froggy. Make the pitcher think, make the catcher think, make them lose focus.
Moore with about 3 steps of a lead. Here's the pitch. Toto will take another one upstairs, 2-0. You got to think if he takes another ball here, he'd swing at the 3-0 count, trying to get Deacon Moore able to second in scoring position.
Maybe, just maybe.
2-0. That one a little outside, but they'll call it in the zone for the 2-1.
Yeah, just kissed the corner.
Good framing job there from Tommy Craig.
Yeah.
2-1. 1-0 lead. Runner going. That's going to get popped high in the air, but it's out of play. Nobody able to get it. And it goes into the bus parking lot, and it's 2-2.
Yeah, as long as it's not my car, it's not my problem.
Teak Totos, it's time to stay alive.
2-2, no outs. Runner on first. Lawrence in need of a run to keep the game going. 2-2 the count towards Teak Toto. Checking the runner, now he throws, looping high is 3-2.
It's getting a little windier, getting a little drier. Wonder if that's affecting gripping the baseball at all, especially as we get later and later on in this game.
Moore trying to get picked off there, not going to get it. And the count remains 3-2. I tell you, Hallett was trying to pick off Moore there at first, but Moore wasn't fooled. Both of his feet are in the dirt at first. Here's the 3-2. Runner going, strikeout, trying to get for 2, and he's going to be safe. A great throw there, but an even better base running from Deacon Moore. It'll be 1 away.
Jim Mayer's frustrated that Teak swing of that ball.
That was going to be out. It would have put 2 runners on the bags with no outs, but nonetheless, still a runner in scoring position with Connor Williver due up. Connor Williver, as Hallett will call time. We're going to quickly pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Lawrence Cardinals Baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC-2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
So Connor Williver with a fresh at-bat. Here's the 0-0. He thought about swinging at that, but they're going to call it a strike. It goes down the count 0-1.
Yeah, it was a little square in the zone. It was a little surprised he didn't try and take a hack at that. Maybe he's sitting waiting for something else. Who's to say, though?
Typically a first pitch swinger, but he didn't like that one whatsoever. It's an 0-1 count for Seawill. Cardinals still in need of a run, make it 0-2. That was an early swing there from Williver, and he's quickly in a 0-2 hole. Williver trying to drive in the runner at second. One away here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Cardinals only need a run to tie it. Do not have a run just yet, down 0-1. Williver skies one, left field, going all the way back. It's going to be an L7, but not enough for Deacon Moore.
That warning track, man.
Yeah.
Left field is brutal.
That was a great strike by Williver. He really got back there, and yeah, just like you said, Lindsay, right at the warning track, unfortunately.
So it all comes down to Aiden Poot with 2 away and a runner at second. Cardinals with their backs against the wall, trying to get something going. Poot 0 for 3 today. And it's going to be a ball in the dirt. Good block there from Craig, and Moore thinks better of trying to steal third, which he would have been out by a country mile. It's an 0-1, or it's a 1-0 count.
Back in the lineup is Josh Vakrosky.
Vakrosky stepping back in. If Poot is able to get on base here. 2 away, 1-0 count. Cardinals need a run to keep the game going. Here's the pitch, right down the center. 1 strike, 2 away from the game ending. Poot, who has had a phenomenal game on the mound, trying to drive in an RBI. He's also really good at RBIs too. Hallett will check the runner at second. Here's the 1-1 strike, and I don't know what he was swinging at there, but the Cardinals now down to their last strike.
Yeah, even Poot there, he just seemed really, really frustrated as this wind's getting stronger and stronger. He just seemed really frustrated. It was a very bizarre choice by Aiden Poot.
Trying to guess there, I guess. 1-2 with 2 away. Here's the pitch, lined up high. It's going to be a base hit. Deacon Moore is going to go home. No, and he's not going to go home.
Oh, he hesitated.
I don't know why.
Oh,
Deacon just hesitated there. I don't know why he hesitated. It would have been a close play at home, but nonetheless, runners on the corners, and it'll bring up Josh Vakrosky.
Vakrosky's been having good at-bats lately.
A similar situation to yesterday. Runners on the corners. Cardinals just need 1 run to tie. Just any sort of base hit will tie things up.
I would send Poot here. Get yourself ducks on a pond.
Poot, who has been good at base running, and he's going to step off.
That was weird.
I don't know. He was very fortunate not to be falling forward. That would have been a balk, and that would have tied things up.
Yeah.
And Vakrosky will take the one down the middle. He didn't like that. But it's a 0-1 count towards the sophomore. Vakrosky, who's 0 for 2 with a walk. Cardinals with a chance to tie things up. Vakrosky trying to keep the game going. Pennington trying to get out of an extra innings matchup. 0-1, runner going, ball in the dirt. Here comes Moore at the plate. It's going to be close. He's sliding down. Yeah! He got him!
Tie game!
Deacon Moore with the slide. Tie things up. Holy jumping.
If you're not here, that backstop is so deep. Great read by Deacon Moore to run home on that wild pitch tie game.
Absolutely, and also great steal by Aiden Poot. Bunch of good stuff happening there. We got a 1-1 count, we got 2 outs, but we got a whole new ball game. Tied 1-1 in the bottom of the 9th. Got Aiden Poot at second. Got Vakrosky having a great at-bat so far. This game might completely change. Honestly, I think you should still be a little aggressive with Poot at second.
Poot at second, 2 away. Now Vakrosky's job gets a lot more easier. Vakrosky pulls one just foul. And if that one stayed fair, that would have been the game-winning.
Yeah, Left field, the line is so deep. It's dead man's land. It's put it there and we're game over.
The fans are on their feet. The announcers are on their feet. I'm standing on the bench. It is go time. A 1-1 ball game in the bottom of the 9th. You dream about this ever since you started playing baseball. More at the major league level, but at the high school level in a game like this. 1-2 for Varsity. He'll line one to the left fielder, and it's not going to score a poot, but the Cardinals do their job, and they get at least one run to extend the lead. 1-1 is the 9th, and we'll go back to the top of the 10th. Tied at 1, and what a game we've got right now, ladies and gentlemen. Holy jumpin'. And the bottom of the lineup, or due up for the Red Hawks, Riley, Richter, and Bonfig. Up to bat for the Red Hawks. You're listening to Lawrence Cardinals Baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC-2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
A phenomenal bottom of the 9th inning puts the Cardinals tied with Pennington, and we're back to where we were for virtually 90% of this game. Trey Wright, Lindsey Scarola, Matt Brown, and you bring in probably the best game of the season that the Cardinals have played. This is up there with the Robbinsville game. It's a 1-0 start towards Joey Riley. We go to the top of the 10th. It's a 1-1 with a strike down Broadway. And oh boy, hopefully I'll have enough voice to get us to the end of this, because I think I used up a lot of that on that play. It's going to be a chopper right over to Kellen Moore. He'll get it over to Aiden Crowley. Actually, it's going to be his brother, Deacon Moore, who's playing first, as Varsity will return to left field. So the Moore-to-Moore connection making the return from Thursday, and it's one away here in the 10th.
Yeah, you love seeing that. Nothing difficult, nothing long. You know, it's quick, easy. Make him poke him up the middle. Just get it to first, get them out, get yourself back up as we get into the 10th.
Swing and strike there from Ryan Richter, the third baseman. The 1-3 play, 1-3 ground out from Joey Riley, and now Richter, who's 0 for 3, will take another one, and it's quickly 0-2.
Yeah, quick 0-2 count. Hopefully Kellen can put this young gent away, just like he did the last one. Make this a quicker inning.
0-2 on the way. Ball in the dirt. It bumps off of Dobkin's head. No runners on the bags just yet, so not as bad as it could be, but it's a 1-2 towards the third baseman.
Yeah, that one, that ball right there bounced all the way to Coach Marr. Great form right there. Just able to get his hands down, both hands in front, trap it, and send it right back to Kellen. Setting a great example for these boys, even when balls go out of play.
That ball fouled back to the Lawrence dugout and remains a 1-2 count. Cardinals trying to go 2-1 through the gauntlet. They were able to beat Notre Dame, trying to beat Pennington here today. Swing and strike, he got him 2 away in the 10th. And it brings up Braden Bonfig. Kellen Moore, his second strikeout of the day. It's hard to believe. His third strikeout, actually. I knew there was something wrong with that. 3 Ks brings him to 36 on the year for the Lafayette commit. And he's working on 37 right now.
Yeah, I mean, he's having a good year at the mound. You wish it would duplicate at the plate, especially considering how he is a good fielder at first base. So you do kind of wish that that last part of his game would round out a little bit, especially this season.
I can't believe that wasn't a strike. I don't know.
That was interesting. Got some movement in the Pennington bullpen.
Yup. 14. Got
1-1, make it 1-2. Another strike from Braden Bonfig, and it looks like
it's Ryan Richter. Once again, warming up in the pen.
It was Richter and Leeds. I think they might be warming up Leeds.
No, he's catching.
1-2, pulled up the middle, base hit through the gap. And Bonfig, the game go-ahead run aboard with the top of the lineup due up.
Yeah, that was just a good shot. It's like you said, he pulled a good one right through the gap. He was able to just get it right in the middle, right between the sweet spot, between second and shortstop, able to get on first base. You know, we don't love that, especially this late in the game. Any runner is a dangerous runner.
And it brings up Joe Lifstead, who's 1 for 4 with a single. Trying to get him back is Kellen playing a little catch with his little brother from the 1 spot to the 3 spot. Not able to get him out. Still a 1-1 ball game in the top of the 10th. Runner going. That's going to get pulled. That had a wicked slice on it. Goodness me.
Oh, that guy ran all the way to third. It's a foul ball, so it doesn't count.
I don't know what. Never seen that before. We just ran all the way from second to third and finally at first. But it's an 0-1 count for the senior first baseman, who's played a phenomenal game at first so far, trying to get Pennington back into the lead here. 2 outs, 0-1, runner not going. That was a high throw there from Kellen Moore, and it evens the count at 1. We're past hour number 2 of this game today. Still been a phenomenal game so far. 1-1 count. Fouled into the backstop, 1-2. Kellen Moore 1 more strike away from putting the Lawrence Bats back in the box with the bottom of the lineup due up. So it's a 1-2 count with 2 away in the top of the 10th. Score still tied at 1 apiece. Here's the pitch. Strikeout, he got him. Kellen Moore, number 37 of the season and 4 of the day. And Kamo will lead off for the Cardinals when we return. Kellen Moore, Riley Rivera, and Dan Drizga due up for Lawrence when we come back. You're listening to Lawrence Cardinals Baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC-2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
And we're back in another pitching change for the Pennington Redhawks. Ryan Richter on the mound, was playing at second base. He's now on the slab for the Redhawks. Kellen Moore, Riley Rivera, and Dan Drizga on deck, or due up on deck and in the hole. Right now on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, Trey Wright, Matt Brown, and Lindsey Scarola bringing you yet another fantastic game for this Cardinals team. They've been in it all day long against a stout Pennington squad whose record doesn't really reflect who they are. Pennington coming into this game 4-5. That's against mostly private schools. And then Lawrence, of course, 8-1, looking to get back into the W column and have a chance to do so now in the bottom of the 10th.
Yeah, absolutely. This game is it's been quite the marathon so far. They're going up against a tough team in Pennington, you know, and just hopefully it's a game where something's got to give. You know, either Lawrence gets back in the W column or Pennington pulls out a W, a much-needed W.
Well, Moore will take one outside and go ahead on the count 1-0. Moore 0 for 3. His fourth time through the lineup. 1-0 the count, strikeout, but it looked like it hit him on the elbow. Not gonna matter, and it's 1-1.
Private school or not, Lawrence is proving their name. They're proving why they have the record they do this season.
They're just proving how great of a team they are. They were able to beat Robbinsville. They were able to beat Notre Dame and trying to beat a really good Pennington team here. 1-1, check swing, didn't go.
That was a good hold by Moore.
Yeah,
2-1. I don't know why there's even a debate on the check swing. He didn't go regardless. It's a good eye there from Kamo. Typically wears 21, now wearing the double 4. Cardinals wearing red and white, all black clad are the Pennington Redhawks. 2-1. That's going to get lined. It's going to get through the gap. Kellen Moore with his first hit in 2 games.
He really needed that, especially with how he's been pitching lately. This game, he's been playing really, really well. And then you love seeing him get that hit. He had a couple of frustrating at-bats, so it's finally translating. Also, especially considering how that game on Thursday went, you just love seeing that from Kellen, making stuff happen. We got the courtesy runner. I remember this.
Connor Crowley on base, courtesy running for Kellen Moore, who has not had a hit since Monday at Notre Dame. So it's been a long time coming for the Lafayette commit. And the game-winning run aboard Riley Rivera. That is the first time in this game that a batter has been able to get a hit, a leadoff hit. You know, Deacon Moore was walked back at the top of the 9th. But now, Riley Rivera trying to extend Connor Crowley, and he's showing bunt. A good bunt down the first base line. It's going to be close. It's not going to be really that close, but it brings Connor Crowley all the way over to second. And the fielder's choice on the 1-3 will put the runner in scoring position with one away.
You love the aggressiveness by Riley. It gets the batter, it gets the runner advanced, which you love to see. Honestly, I would probably, I don't know, maybe it's just me because it's high school and because I'm being aggressive, but I would send Crowley here, get the runner on third, put even more pressure here, but you're in good hands with Drizga, who he did have the first hit of the afternoon.
So Richter will throw one that nearly went to the backstop, but Tommy Craig doing a great job of preventing it from going back there. And now Craig is going to talk to his relief pitcher here, discuss things over. Richter, who has only thrown about 5 or 6 pitches so far, already giving up a single and then a 1-3 fielder's choice to extend Connor Crowley. Drizga on the bag, or in the box, and he'll foul one to even the count at 1. And Drizga, regardless if he's able to get on base or not, he'll bring up the top of the order, and Robert Kelly is 0 for 4. The way that Richter's throwing these baseballs right now, I think Kelly might be able to whack one. He had 2 singles yesterday, but was stranded both times at first. But Drizga, who was the only one to get a hit off of Ray Heaton, here's the kick in the deal, outside upstairs, 2-1.
Great eye right there. Make this guy pitch. You want to make sure you see everything there. That way when you do find your right pitch, really seize on it and you're able to get that runner home.
2-1 count for Dan Drizga, the senior, trying to get his team back into the W column. Here's the kick in the deal. Pops one in the air. That's just going to be barely out of play. Craig not be able to get for it, and then nearly hit a couple of fans there.
That was high up in the air. That was wild. And just the way it bounced back up in the air, that was hit hard. That was a very hard hit ball. So hopefully no one got hurt.
So a 2-2 count for Dan Drizga. Is that one lucky for him, and it just barely went out of play. 1 away, score tied at 1. Connor Crowley at second. Richter checks the runner. Here's a 2-2 for Drizga. Check swing, but he got him. Painting the top outside corner. The Lawrence dugout did not like that, and it's 2 away, and that was outside.
That was an interesting call right there, just right at the top of the zone. I guess he surmises that it snuck in there, and unfortunately now we got 2 out with 1 on. Robert Kelly at the plate, though. Hopefully something able to happen.
So Robert Kelly, top of the order for the Cardinals, running in scoring position, ball down in the dirt. Good block there from Craig to prevent Crowley from going to third.
I see a beautiful gap Robert Kelly could put a ball at right now.
That's a wide open gap between 4 and 6, between Hallett and Riley. The right-handed batter trying to plug that gap right now. Ball in the dirt, another good block, but it's going to get through the legs. And Crowley safe at third. Craig had no idea where it was as he got nutmegged by the baseball. And the game-winning run at the hot corner.
Yeah, that was interesting because he actually Kelly was trying to wave the runner off, make sure he didn't steal. It didn't matter though, it ends up working out for him. We got a 2-0 count with 2 out, Robert Kelly at the plate. Hopefully some magic happens.
Hit in play, would seal it, ball down low, 3-0 count. I thought Craig was gonna lose it again, but nonetheless, Richter now in a 3-0 hole, just trying to get out of here. But 3-0 to Robert Kelly, you gotta think he's gonna swing at this one, try and put it in play. A ground base hit would seal it, 3-0. And he's not gonna swing, and it's gonna be a 4-0 count. Runners on the corners, Deacon Moore due up. His older brother Kellen got the hitting started. His courtesy runner on third base right now. Can Kellen Moore end things here? Or Deacon Moore. Kellen Moore started them. Can Deacon Moore end things here with a hit up the middle?
Will it be a more and more finish? Stay tuned to find out.
We want more and more wins. Here's the kick in the deal. That's going to get fouled, and he got a little bit on that one. Just not enough mustard on the hot dog for Deacon Moore. Connor Crowley at third. Robert Kelly at second, or first rather. And Deacon Moore at the dish. 0-1 count, 2 outs, runners going, trying to catch Robert Kelly in the rundown, trying to catch him out, and I don't know what that was.
It really was nothing. I think the game plan was to run down Robert Kelly to make Connor Crowley run, but Connor Crowley had the smarts to know not to go and went back to third.
Well, I don't know why they didn't try and just get Robert Kelly immediately, because there's 2 outs. You just get the force out at first. A little miscommunication from Pennington, and now Kelly is going. Play is he gonna be safe? He is gonna be safe! Robert Kelly.
I think they're saying that was a balk too.
Jim Mayer's confused. Mayer's saying that it's gonna be a balk.
Well,
did he have any forward movement?
That's what Coach Mara.
That's what Mayer's saying, yeah.
Unfortunately, we don't have instant replay here. So ducks on a pond for Deacon Moore. Moore, who is 1 for 3 with an error, trying to drive home the run. 0-1 count. Runners, he's gonna get plugged, and that's gonna come down! Connor Crowley will come down, and it's a walk-off single for the sophomore!
It's a more finish. Kellen Moore to start off the inning with a hit. Deacon Moore to get the hit to score the RBI to win the game.
What a game, what a comeback. Holy jumping. The Cardiac Cardinals do it again. Wow.
It's another extra innings win for the Cardinals and another win to make them 9-1.
I tell you, we've been saying it all last season, we've been saying it all this season. This sophomore class is something special. 2-1 after 10, your final. The Cardinals win number 9, 9-1 through 10, a program record. What else can you really say, guys? Holy jumping.
What a game it's been. It started off with a pitching duel. Poot pitched amazing, almost got a perfect game. Kellen came in to relieve, pitched great also. Then the bats started going. It's not much more you can ask for. What a great game it has been today.